Tonight, Tim is traveling. He is up in Chicago at a family event. And right now, I'm supposed to be introducing to you a guest speaker from Verdon. And Adam was laughing hysterically because we don't know where he is. And I keep looking around like he's going to pop out, because he's a jokester, like he's going to pop out of one of these side rooms at any moment. But right now, it looks like I'm the go-to guy on the sermon this evening, as well as I'll probably call Jason up here. He's our volunteer element. If you don't know what the element is, that is our college ministry that we do. So tonight, a little switch up in the plans here, and Tim's probably watching online going, no, Adam, tackle him, do something. We went to this conference this year that we always go to down at Quest Community Church in Lexington, Kentucky. And after that, God he kept speaking into my heart that, and here's the humor in this, that God is funny, ironic, that they put in me, I was like, this does not make sense because I don't like talking in front of people. I'll sing all day, but I will not talk. It's hard for me to talk in front of people. He's like, prepare a message, just in case Tim is gone one Sunday. And I had this in my head, and I'm like, this does not make any sense at all. Why would I even do that? But so I started writing a blog when I got back. And one of the things in the blog was called, recently, my son Weston's getting ready to go into kindergarten this year. So this one was called Kindergarten Immunizations. And it's all about what happened to me that day. Like, it was such an insignificant little thing that went on, where Weston's going in, he's getting these shots, he's a little nervous, we go in there, they check him up, everything's fine. And I don't know if you know the crouch position that the nurses have you get in, where you're on that table, which he has to get this little like ninja-looking robe. That's what I called it, the ninja robe. That's the only way I could get it on him, because he was just freaked out. So we got that on him, and after like a barrage of like ninja kicks and karate chops and everything, I finally get him calmed down. We're sitting there on the table. They're like, okay, so you get on the table. You're gonna put Weston in between your legs right here, and you're gonna hold his arms. And basically, we're gonna give him these 4 shots. I'm like, right. So they come in, and they were great. Everything went like so swiftly, but as a parent, it slows down in your mind, where it's just like the needle's going in slow motion. It's just like, no, right into his leg. 4 times. The first one goes in, and he immediately starts, I feel the clench, and he's trying to struggle to get away. And I hear my own son like, hey, they're hurting me. And as a father, you think, and it's your fault. Why are you letting them do this to me? He was in such a panic, and that was only the first one. So then the second one goes in, and it just keeps ramping up and ramping up and ramping up. And finally, we got him calmed down, and I took some advice, and I had like a lollipop or something in my pocket to get him down and sort of calm him down, get him back leveled out. And so we got out of there, and as I was driving, it hit me. I was like, man, that was just so terrible. I had to hold my son while other people, they weren't being malicious. It was what their job was. They were administering shots that would ultimately help him. But I had to hold my son while he was in pain. And then God said to me, yeah, how was that? And right there, when I was driving, I was like, oh my gosh. God spoke to me there and said, how was that? You got to at least hold your son while this was going on. I sent my son down. They humiliated him. They beat him. They hung him on a cross. They killed my son. And all God could do was sit back and watch it happen. No words of comfort, no arms around his son at the time. Jesus even cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? And just this small moment, this small little happening here, in my blog I wrote, I would have broke down and sent down fire, lightning, earthquakes, tornadoes, armies of angels, elephants or crocodiles instead of frogs, falling from the sky, create and release the Kraken, anything to stop these people from harming my son. But I said this, but God is greater, so we can have peace and joy in this. Isaiah 55, 8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts. And from another perspective, Adam, when I came back here, he said, isn't that how Jesus feels about us too? Like, he wants to protect us. He wants to be that awesome NHL goalie, and these things are flying at us, and he's just like blocking them. He's like, save. But he feels the sorrow, he feels the pain, but he's always there to hold and comfort us through any storm. He took the hits, he took all the pain, he took the suffering, and even overcame death, all for us. And sometimes, as I said in here, have we even had yet another perspective? I jump around. Have we even had our kindergarten immunizations as far as faith goes? Have we even got the tip of the iceberg out what God has planned for us? Or are we sitting there and it's like, it's too painful. We keep praying, I can't do this. It's too painful. You're letting them hurt me. Why? Why are you letting them hurt me? What may seem like the most earth-shattering situation to us, like Tim always does the illustration where it's over here and you can see like all this coming at you. It's just like, oh, I can't do that. What is it? I imagine it being like I don't know why, like the movie 300, a wall of arrows or something coming at you. And then he brings you through that unharmed, a little bit, okay. There'll be a little bit of harm, but it's for your development to always provide and protect, like Tim says. To provide and protect, to get that armor placed on you so that you can look back at that and be like, why in the world was I ever freaked out about that? Because what I'm facing now is like 4 times as tall as anything that was back there.